Have I mentioned how I am into copywriting now? Yes, every bit of content I'm consuming is about copywriting. I've been consuming business, leadership, psychology, personal development, and finance content nonstop for over a year now. Hundreds of hours, maybe even thousands of hours, but I'll say hundreds because I can verify that, to get to where I can go after freelance writing. So the freelance part I've been covering as far as the stupid part goes, which is research. I don't mean it's stupid as in it's invaluable, but I mean it doesn't pay bills. It builds your mind, gives you a foundation, so it's actually very critical. However, it's not a precursor, it's not a prerequisite to get started. You can get started knowing nothing. Turns out, if you're over the age of, say, I'm gonna go with about 10 years old, you could probably become a freelance writer. Now, to be a good freelance writer, I would suggest being over the age of 18. And to be a really good freelance writer, I would suggest being over the age of 25. Especially as a male, and kind of waiting on the brain development that hits in your late 20s to have a good understanding of people and empathy and that kind of thing. So, and by that time you also have a lot of hard experience as well. But basically, if you're old enough to write, you're old enough to get started. What you need is the motivation that you create for yourself to get going. Maybe it's the conviction, maybe it's, for me, it had to be radical. But I learned a long time ago that burnout can happen, and if you don't have somewhat of a foundation physically to start a new venture, you're not going to last at it. So for me, there's a lot of excuses to get started, but I always did my best work when I had the physical capacity to maintain a given pace, and then I could go from there. And that, for me, and my makeup, my physical makeup and my brain space meant baby steps every day. For some people, they can do other types of paces. It's kind of irrelevant because I'm not paying them. I'm paying myself, as it were, to get the job done. And if I stop being consistent, that is when I would fail, and would fail to keep momentum alive. So momentum is incredibly important for business and for producing anything of lasting value. I'm not saying it's the only way. You can do these one-offs, but as a rule, figuring out your own capacity is essential for maintaining momentum. And momentum, you can actually get stuff done. You can complete stuff and move on and balance more spinning plates, as it were.